Hello, watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Bang Ngọc from and now the headlines as usual. Prime Minister urges maintaining vigilance against COVID-19. Sunhua Group Chairman optimistic about Vietnam's future. And later on, summer camp connects overseas youth to homeland. Prime Minister Phạm chaired a meeting of the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control on August 6. Speaking at the meeting, Prime Minister Chinh stressed the significance of vaccination and urged ministries, agencies and localities, particularly the Ministry of Health, to step up the communication work. The resurgence of COVID-19 outbreak must be prevented, said Chinh, who is also head of the committee, emphasizing the three pillars in the fight: testing, quarantine and treatment. Given the appearance of new epidemics, the Prime Minister said it necessary to ensure resources, the quality of preventive health care and medical infrastructure, and enhance grassroots health care. According to the Ministry of Health, in the first 7 months of this year, the country recorded over 9 million cases of COVID-19, of which the number of recoveries reached more than 8.5 million and fatalities 11,000. As of August 4th, some 247 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered, putting Vietnam among the countries with highest vaccination coverage. Dr. Jonathan Choi, chairman of the Hong Kong-based Sunhua Group, has expressed his optimism about Vietnam's future, saying the country is one of the best performers in ASEAN in terms of post-pandemic recovery.
This time, of course, I come here for my own business.
In an interview with the Vietnam News Agency, Dr. Jonathan Choi said Vietnam has made a good decision on the pandemic as the country opened doors right after the situation got better. Therefore, the country has recovered very quickly after the COVID-19 pandemic, he said, adding that is one of the reasons many people are interested in investing in Vietnam.
I think Vietnam, during the pandemic, I think the GDP growth of Vietnam is one of the best in this region. We are expecting, for example, this year about 6.5% increase. Therefore, the GDP growth means that the economy is very good. And we are thinking that many investment from Hong Kong, from China, and all over the world, they would like to come in here. Therefore, I expect that the market will grow very fast.
Expressing his belief that the Vietnamese market will grow very fast in the time ahead, Dr. Choi emphasized the country's potential in a range of areas from finance to smart city development, innovation, property, and agricultural products, in which Vietnam and Hong Kong, China can cooperate. Meanwhile, Justice Choi, the third generation to inherit and lead the group, said Vietnam's startup ecosystem is one of the most vibrant in Southeast Asia, along with Indonesia and Singapore. Sunhua Group has set up a Sunhua Innovation Center in Ho Chi Minh City and another in Hanoi. The two centers are operating fruitfully, and Vietnamese startups are very successful.
I think for us, we have 60 years in China and 50 years in Vietnam, so Vietnam is our second home. So we hope to use all our resources to connect our long-term big corporate partners, and also we know, of course, investors.
Apart from the innovation centers in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, he cited a women entrepreneurship program launched by Sunhua and its partners to have female entrepreneurs enhance their skills and lead their startups. He said starting business in Vietnam with seafood processing, his father has expanded the business to 8 sectors, which has created a firm foundation and a lot of opportunities for him to run the group in Southeast Asia. Justice Choi noted that he will work more on innovation and continue to seek opportunities to expand the group's operations in Vietnam. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development expects over 20% of agricultural products to apply high technology by 2025. This goal will contribute to promoting the growth rate of labor productivity in agriculture, forestry, and fishery by an average of up to 8% per year.
According to the ministry, to realize the high-tech agricultural development program for the 2022 to 2030 period, the sector will promote the application of advanced technology to produce a number of high-value-added agricultural products. The move aims to bring in the rate of value of agricultural products with high technology to over 20% by 2025 and 30% by 2030. The application of high technology has brought high economic efficiencies to agricultural production, such as vegetable crops, with a revenue of up to over $385,000 per hectare, and profit up to nearly $210,000 per hectare. Towards the set goal, the agricultural sector will develop and master a number of high technologies and effectively applying them to production of high-tech agricultural products on a commercial scale.
Vietnam has welcomed some 955,000 foreign visitors so far this year, 10 times higher than the same period last year, according to the General Statistics Office.
The General Statistics Office reported that in July alone, the country received 352,600 foreign arrivals, up 49% over the previous month, and over 47 times higher than the figure recorded last year, after Vietnam fully reopened its tourism sector and resumes international air routes. However, the number of international tourists in the January-July period was down over 90% compared to the periods in 2019 before COVID-19 broke out. In the period, revenue generated from tourism hit nearly $510 million. The Vietnam National Administration of Tourism cited statistics from Google showing searches for tourist accommodation in Vietnam increased from 25 points in March to 78 points in May, 98 points in June, and 100 points in early July. Meanwhile, searches for international flights to Vietnam in early July also tripled that in early March.
After a 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19, the Vietnam Summer Camp 2022 saw the participation of 107 Vietnamese youth and students from 25 countries and territories worldwide. The youngsters had the chance to visit famous historical sites in the country, with the summer camp making a major impression on them.
The excitement and enthusiasm of the overseas Vietnamese youngsters could be vividly felt during the camp. They share stories about their birthplace and the habit of speaking Vietnamese to remember their roots.
The Vietnam Summer Camp 2022 is a great opportunity, and I feel fortunate to be able to return to Vietnam to attend the program, to experience the country from the north to the south, and to learn about the culture and history of the fatherland and interact with youngsters in Vietnam.
Our goal is to build a strong overseas Vietnamese community, standing shoulder to shoulder with the whole nation and feeling proud about Vietnam, their homeland. The summer camp is one way to create cohesion, and when they return to their country, they will share what they have learned and experienced.
During the camp, the young overseas Vietnamese has the opportunity to visit famous historical sites such as Hue Citadel, one of the relics belonging to the complex of monuments. Many of the young people have been greatly impressed by the ancient relics and unique architectures in Hue.
Hue is very beautiful and wonderful, with many ancient buildings like Hue Citadel, where the emperor used to live. I also enjoyed Hue beef noodle soup and want to try Hue royal tea. By coming to the summer camp, I have learned much more about Vietnam history, people, culture, and cuisine. I feel proud and know more about my homeland.
Hue is a city rich in history. This year's summer camp made me feel excited and happy to visit and explore the ancient capital.
The summer camp is an opportunity for overseas Vietnamese to share their understanding of the country, people, and culture of Vietnam and the country they live in. It's also a chance for them to improve their Vietnamese language skills.
The summer camp activities aim to direct the youngsters toward their roots, to retain their cultural identity, and provide opportunities for them to improve their Vietnamese language skills.
Vietnam Summer Camp 2022 gathered together more than 107 students from more than 20 countries and territories. All have made outstanding achievements in studies, community solidarity, and activities for their homeland.
We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look. A breast milk bank, the largest of its kind in Vietnam, was inaugurated at Hùng Vương Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City on August 6. The facility, with a total investment capital of some $250,000, is able to pasteurize 62 liters of milk per day. This is second in the South and one of the 4 breast milk banks operating in Vietnam. The inauguration of the new facility is expected to increase chances of survival of premature, low birth weight, and pathological babies. The establishment of the breast milk bank is highly appreciated, providing milk to unfortunate children. So far, 17 mothers have donated 235 liters of raw milk to the bank. Lý Sơn Island District, 30 kilometers off the coast of central Quảng Ngãi province, will give priority to tourism when allocating resources for socio-economic development.
The district has targeted to raise the share of the tourism service sector to 60% of the local economy, while agriculture will account for 30 to 35%, and industry handicraft the remaining 5 to 10%. The authorities plan to focus on completing the district's development master plan, which will serve as a basis to attract investment over the next 5 years. To this end, the locality will build a new central market and develop diverse and affordable homestay network, dining, and transport services, meeting the demand of both locals and tourists to the islands. This is now making efforts to tap its tourism potential by conserving local relics, creating spiritual tourism products, promoting historical and scenic sites, as well as protecting the environment with the construction of a waste treatment plant.
The Ba Vy National Park, about 60 kilometers west of Hanoi Center, is a weekend getaway that allows people to reconnect with nature. And that's wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.